The movement of the plectrum. After learning the values of the notes, it's time to learn the relations of these notes to one another. In the education of Baglama, like all the musical instruments all over the world, the basic note is considered to be a quaver. You'll see the reason of this as you learn about the notes. Since we'll take a quaver as a basic note, first we'll learn the relations of quavers with one another. If we connect two quavers, we'll get a quarter note. But we shouldn't think of it as 1/4 is equal to a 16th note. You can show the notes as separate notes or combined with their tails attached to one another. It doesn't matter because the notes are quarters no matter how you write them. If we separate the line with dots, you can understand that the notes actually have one tail each. The arrows under these notes, that is 2 quavers and 1/4, shows the direction of the movement of the plectrum. It shows to which direction we will play the plectrum. When we look at 2 quavers, plectrum direction, we see that the lines are bold. But when we look at the quarters arrows, we see that the arrow that goes from upper side to lower side is bold. But the other one is dotted, which means that it will not be played. When we come to the second line, we see a quaver. Beside it, there are 2 16th notes. When we add them again, we reach the time of a quarter. The directions of the plectrum of this group are from upper side to lower for the first quaver, from lower to upper for the next 16th, and upper to lower for the last 16th. When we look at the third group, we see that it is just the opposite of the second group. The first 2 notes are 1/16th notes. They go from upper to lower side, then lower to upper, and the last one from upper to lower. In the fourth group, 4 1/16th notes are connected to one another. The direction of the plectrum in these notes are from upper to lower, from lower to upper, from upper to lower, and from lower to upper side. And this group has the duration of a quarter note as well. We call the fifth group a syncope. There are 2 1/16th and 1 quaver note in the group. But the 1/16th notes are not side by side as was in the second and the third groups. They are separate. We see a 1/16th note, a quaver, and a 1/16th note. If we look at the directions of the plectrum, we see that the first one is from upper to lower, second one is from lower to upper, and the last one is also from lower to upper side. And of course, its time is equal to that of a quarter note. Our sixth group has a quaver, a 16th note and a quaver. But the first quaver has a dot near it. This dot adds a half value of the note that it has been placed before. The direction of the plectrum is from upper to lower side. Our seventh group is the opposite of the last group. It has a 1/16th note and a dotted quaver. The directions of the plectrum is from upper to lower and lower to upper side. And again, the group's time is equal to that of a quarter. Our eighth group's name is a triol. Here we have got 3 quaver notes. But as you can see, there is a connecting sign under it. And also a 3 is written in between. That is why this group is called triol. Again, the duration of this group is that of a quarter. The 9th group looks like an 8th group. Here we've got 3 quavers as well. But we don't have a connecting sign and 3 isn't written here. So the duration is not equal to a quarter note, but to 3 quavers. The directions of the plectrum are, for the first note, from upper to lower side, and the last 2 notes from lower to upper side. Just like in the 5th group. But we should pay attention to the different values of the notes. The directions of the plectrum that we've shown you are used in 85 to 90% of all the melodies. If you see a quaver and 2 1/16th notes, it means the movement of the plectrum should be thus. If you see 4 1/16th notes, it should be played thus. But sometimes, due to the traditional playing styles, the player can skip from upper string to lower or vice versa. Or one can play in a different order. Then these methods cannot be used. Even though the position is shown as from upper to lower, you can play it just the opposite.